You may have learned this trick over Thanksgiving. You trace out your hand and you put on a beak and you make a turkey out of your handprint. Well, we can draw lots of things using our hand. And today I would like to make a tree, and more specifically, a Christmas tree. And I'm going to start by laying my hand out and just tracing around it. And the more careful you are at tracing, the better it is. Now I'm using a marker and I'm getting markers on my finger. You could do this with a crayon if you don't want to get as messy as I'm going to get today. But a little bit of soap and water and it'll clean right up. Once I have my tree, down at the bottom, I'm going to put a stump for my tree. And all my fingers are going to become the branches of my tree. And the more decorations that I add, the fancier my Christmas tree is going to look. All right, so I'm going to put some balls on it. All right, and I would like a star up at top. And the way I like to draw stars, I think I've shown you, is with a capital letter A, but I give it really long arms. All right, capital letter A with long arms. And then I give my A little hands on his arms and little feet down below his legs. And now I'm going to make him touch his toe. This hand is going to cross over the leg and touch that toe. And then this hand is going to cross over this leg and touch that toe. Kind of like he's doing windmill exercises. Then I can go in and color in my star and make it a little bit fancier. And the more you add to it, the fancier and fancier and fancier it's going to get. All right, but that's not the only way to make a tree. Instead of my hand pointing up, I could have put my hand pointing down. And now my branches of my tree will point down. So let me trace around my hand again. And this time, instead of putting my stump up here, I'm just going to let it hang low below the branches. I'm going to have a big old stump down below for the trunk of my tree. Go right up in between my fingers. All right. And again, on this tree, the more decorations I put, the fancier it's going to look. So I can add some more decorations, some Christmas balls. And I can even put a star on top of this one. I'm going to do a different type of star because just like you can draw trees differently, you can draw stars differently. I'm going to use that big plus sign and I'm going to put a little X in the middle of it. And if you want to make it fancier, we can connect all those little lines together and make a fancier star. And again, I can color it all in. The more I color, the more I decorate, the fancier it all becomes. All right, so again, same hand, but two different styles of trees. Up underneath, we can draw lots and lots of presents. I like to get lots and lots of presents. And I'm just putting crazy old ribbon all over it. All right, and you can make as many presents, how about a big long one, as you would like. Maybe it's going to be skis or something long, maybe a skateboard in that box. Who knows? Who knows? You can put a rug up underneath your tree if you want to. Some people do that. It's really, really up to you. Maybe even a train going around your tree. But not just trees can we draw. Now I'm kind of run out of room on this side, so let me flip my paper over. How about a reindeer? Now with a reindeer, I'm going to start my hand upside down again, but it's easier for me to draw my hand the normal way and then turn my paper upside down. And you can see I got a bump on him, but that's okay. I can figure it out. All right. So this is going to be my deer. So the first thing I want to do is give him some antlers. I need another antler. Oh, look how it just came and kind of covered up that little mistake. That's going to work. And he's going to need some little ears. And how about some little eyes? And maybe I want this one to be Rudolph, so I'll give him a little red nose and then a little mouth. And I'm going to put some bells going around his neck. I don't want him to get lost. So I am going to give him a collar. And on the collar, I'm going to put little circles for bells. That way Santa can keep up with them a little bit easier. And I like to put little X's on my circles to make bells. And if you have a gray color, you might even want to color it in. And for the hoofs, I'm just going to color in my fingernails right at the end pieces. And of course, my deer is going to need a little tail. And if you had started way over on this side, we could have put a sled on the other side. But there's a reindeer. So how about I draw a picture of Santa now? How should I draw Santa? I could use my hand up this way or my hand down this way. I think I'm going to do him upside down and let my fingers be his beard. He's going to have a great big head. All right. So again, I'm going to turn my paper upside down. It's just easier for me to draw this way. And I'm going to use my fingers as his beard. And again, flip it back around. And this is where Santa's hat's going to be. And I'm going to go ahead and put his stocking cap in there with a ball on the end of it. This is going to be his hat, but I want the fingers to be his beard. So in the middle here, around his fingers, I'm going to put his face. This part's going to be his beard. I'm going to give him a little nose like a cherry, give him a great big smile, and then of course I want to draw his eyes on. So that's going to be my Santa. And then Santa's going to need a belly up underneath his beard. And maybe he's got an arm coming out. And I can draw it cartoon style if I want. Maybe he's going to be given the reindeer a carrot. And I can put a carrot in his arm. It's your story. You're making it up however you would like. His body's going to be up underneath, jumping up underneath his beard. I can't hardly even see it. I should have his big black belt up underneath there, I think. And I'll have to color the rest of them in. And then I'll need his legs coming down. And I'll have one leg with a foot on it and his other leg. Oh, there we go. And I'll put another arm out here. And again, I'm going to do it cartoon style. And look, I have Santa getting ready to feed the reindeer. And I can color in now his red suit going around the tips of my fingers. And you can change yours up. This is your drawing. These are always just suggestions, just ideas, possibilities on what we can draw and how we can use our imagination. Mine's looking a little crazy, but I'm beginning to like it. I think he needs black boots. All right. And the sillier we make it, the better. All right. There we go. All right. Just have some fun today playing with your hand and see what other kinds of crazy things that you can make out of it. In this one that I did earlier, I used my hand straight up for a tree. And this time I traced my hand and I have Santa on a sled. And look, I used my thumb for his arm and my pointer finger for his head and my middle finger for his other arm. And then my last two fingers became his feet coming down. And he's delivering presents down to the village down below. And look at the patterns I used in the houses. All right. There's just lots and lots of fun possibilities when you're drawing with your hand. Have fun.